I broke my finger last week. On the other hand, I'm okay. I tried to catch frog yesterday. Missed.
Welcome to Sacred Wit. I have a joke for you. It's a knock-knock joke, but you have to start it.
Hi, Lisa here. Welcome to Sacred Wit. I have a little joke for you. Lars, Sven, and Oli were asked, when you're in your casket and friends and neighbors are mourning you, what would you like them to say? Lars said, I would like them to say that I was a wonderful husband, a fine spiritual leader, and a good family man. Sven said, I would like them to say I was a wonderful teacher, a servant of God who made a huge difference in the lives of people. Oli said, I would like them to say, look, he's moving.
Hi everybody, welcome to Sacred Wit. Weston has a joke for us.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Owls.
Owls who?
Oh, yes they do.
Oh, you're so funny. Hey, I have a question for you. Why did the teddy bear say no to dessert?
I don't know.
Because she was stuffed. That's funny. We're glad you're joining us today. Thank you.
How do you find Will Smith? You look for the flesh print.
Okay.
What did Kermit the Frog say at Jim Henson's funeral?
Nothing. I told Mom she was drawing her eyebrows too high. She looked surprised.
Well, hello and welcome to Sacred Wit, everybody. We are glad that you're here. I'm Pastor Nathan, pastor here at Elk River Lutheran.
I'm Lisa Sampson, Director of Children, Youth, and Family Ministry.
Jeremy Hulquist, intern pastor.
Oh, he's got a new title!
And you rocked it.
There we go. I remember.
And I'm Taylor Quinn, the Minister of Congregational Care and Discipleship. Oh no, that was your title. Just kidding, I'm Taylor Quinn, the Director of Music and Worship.
Yes, and welcome to you all. And welcome is exactly what we're talking about here tonight. It is our theme, so welcome. And so Sacred Wit here, we are really excited to be interacting with you throughout the service here as well. And so by all means, please check in and say hello. Let us know who you are, where you're watching from. And throughout the night, we'll have some different opportunities to kind of answer some trivia questions and have some fun along the way. So that's good stuff.
Yep. The trivia might be so good where everybody knows your name. It'll be that good.
Oh, interesting.
Foreshadowing.
Yes.
Yes.
And so, we welcome you. I encourage you to welcome one another as you're checking in here. You guys will let me know kind of, I've got a lot going on with my devices, but you'll let us know if there's comments. But so we're talking about welcoming here tonight. And so, I don't know, what kind of comes to mind when you think about welcome at church or otherwise?
Well, when you say welcome, I always think of church because how many
Yeah.
experiences have we had walking into a new church and being awkward? One of my favorite stories is I was sitting in the back of a new church. I was trying out for the very first time. I was by myself.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there and I get a tap on my shoulder. And I turn and this lady goes, we're a little short today. Could you help with coffee? And I'm like, I said, I've never been here before. Oh, well, you look really familiar. Who would you like to help? So I was very welcomed.
That is good.
to
That
work.
is
Put
good.
to work. Yep. That's the role of a church, right?
Yep. I gotta say that I when you say welcome, I immediately think about walking into Arby's and being greeted by "for here to go."
The pinnacle of welcome.
It just makes me feel like I really want to order a roast beef and cheddar.
But then they want to know your name after you've ordered. I always think that's just odd.
Yeah. No.
What are you doing walking into an Arby's? You should be driving through there. You just nice dinner.
Oh, no, I was
Okay.
recalling
Old story.
pre-COVID times.
Okay.
Reminiscing.
Well, even still, why are you eating out at Arby's?
Arby's.
Just dining in for the ambiance?
Yeah, the ambiance in Arby's is great.
Okay,
There's no one there.
there you go.
Drive-through line was long.
Yes.
I'm not casting shade on Arby's. I like a good roast beef sandwich, those jalapeno poppers, but I don't know about
Well, the
just
question
going
is,
there.
why would you go into Chuck E. Cheese for dinner?
Why would you work at one?
Oh, please, please.
You know, you gotta be sporting a ponytail pretty good to get that far.
Oh my gosh, do we still have that picture
We still have the
handy?
photo, probably.
Here it is. Just in case anyone forgot, if you missed last week, here's what you missed. That is me with no beard, but a ponytail and my Chuck E. Cheese uniform.
So proud.
Soak it in. I am so proud. What luck that I didn't erase this off of the computer
Can't
yet.
believe you
There
became a
you go.
pastor.
I kept it on
I
there
had a
just in case.
promising career with the Chuck E. Cheese franchise, but yeah, it didn't work
The
out.
mouth
So.
suit just didn't cut it.
Oh my
It didn't.
gosh.
Yeah. Well, so is anyone live? Is anyone with us here?
Yes,
tonight?
we have
Oh,
quite a few,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my
We have
gosh.
Pete and Linda. We have Phyllis and Chuck and Sharon. Welcome, everybody.
Good,
We're so
good.
Jennifer?
incredibly glad you're here.
Yeah.
And of course, Marcia's here, which is always just a treat.
That's my Aunt Marcia and Ken Mayer. Hello.
Yes.
Hi, Marcia. That's
guys
my
all
mom's
are
name,
on.
too.
We've adopted her.
Martha Marianne.
Yeah, well, I'm curious as you guys are commenting and viewing, share a couple of your welcome stories. What maybe brought you to church or what gave you that sense of welcome in this space? Also, what does it mean to be welcomed when you're out in the world? What does that look like? I'd love to hear those comments and just kind of see where those things hold
You
true.
can also tell us your not so great stories either, because sometimes they're very funny.
Yeah, I have one of those. So,
Really?
yeah, I've shared this one a few times, but I absolutely love it. So we were church shopping between my last youth ministry and starting here. My wife and I went to a church that shall not be named because we don't want to shame them too bad.
Yeah. No. Exactly.
But we walked in the door, and I'm a church person. I've been in churches almost my entire life. I walked in the door, and I thought, I'm going to be not Lutheran. I'm going to sit right in the middle because, people might interact with me.
It's so not Lutheran.
Right, totally not Lutheran. And so I walked in, I sat down in the middle with my family, with my 2 kids, and nobody said a word. Like, we went through the entire service, and it was like we were the inconvenience in the room, and my wife and I were like, okay, are we like, do we smell bad? Do we look bad? Like, what is going on? And nobody said a word to us. It was just the
Did you
craziest
sit in
thing.
somebody's pew?
I might have, in more ways than one.
Yeah.
But it was just, for us, it was just like, nope, we're not coming back. And we left and didn't even stay for coffee hour. It's like,
It
get me
is
out of here.
funny how that could work. I've maybe shared the story before of at our last church in Minot, there was these 2 sisters who sat behind the pastors in the second row every week. Dorals and Helen, and Dorals and Helen were awesome, and they were always there. They're super supportive and loving, and so we just loved having them there. And then during the flood in 2011, when Minot flooded, and a handful of churches had to combine for a time because some churches were flooded. Ours wasn't, but another church from town came and joined us. And I'll never forget. So we were there at worship, and so there I'm in the front row, right behind Dorals and Helen, sitting there, and these 2 ladies from this other church, came and tapped Dorals and Helen on the shoulder, said to Dorals, said, "You are in our chairs. You're in our seats." And it was so funny because they had been sitting there since the church was built, in those seats. And yet, because Dorals is a kind and gracious, beautiful person, she said, "Oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. I'm so sorry." And she got up and moved to another seat. And it was just a beautiful example of what welcome does not look like,
Right.
and what a gracious welcome does look like. To give up your seat that really truly is your seat. And so,
That's
yeah.
cool.
Reminds me of Sheldon Cooper.
The couch
Big Bang?
seat, yes.
Yeah.
It's like, it's perfect seating. All my good lights here, so you're in my seat.
You're right. Yeah, it's kind of not Lutheran of us to have that, sense of belonging in one certain space, right? No, it very much is who we are as people. But I think one of the things that I always kind of think about is like going in and out of spaces where I'm remembered.
Yeah.
Man, those are the places, like, even if it's like a restaurant, if it's terrible food and they know us, I'll go back. Like, they've won me over just by that sense of, like, belonging in a space.
Yeah.
And I always think about that, like, translating to churches. Like, I may forget your name post-COVID because we haven't seen each other for a while.
Yes.
But, like,
oh gosh.
just to have that space where you know you belong and people remember you and people
Yeah.
know you and hold on to you, I think that's so powerful.
Yeah. Well, I think names is a huge thing. That's one thing that we're going to talk about tonight is meanings of names and just the power of being known. You know, I mean, the name is only one piece of who we are, but it's a pretty big piece for feeling known, which leads me to thinking of this.
Wait for it.
Yeah.
Do 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 do. It's time for a game,
Yes,
and
okay.
tonight's game.
I was hoping so.
Oh boy, tonight's game. We want you to all play along at home.
Yes.
Tonight's
we
game.
need your help.
Yes,
we do.
Tonight's. Oh yes, you'll see. Oh yes. Tonight's game is called Name 3. And so I'm going to give a category, and I'm going to invite you to name 3 under that category, okay? And so the first one is, it was alluded to a little earlier, is name 3 characters on Cheers, the TV show Cheers. Because, you know, Cheers is the place where...
Everybody
Everyone
knows your name.
Yeah, and so it's a good place to start, an important thing. And so, you guys,
Yeah, if you're playing along, we need some help. This is
yeah,
you know,
fill in the comments here.
Yep.
help us out.
Do you guys watch Cheers?
Yes.
A little bit, but not much.
Yeah, I have good memories of watching Cheers.
Oh, I did. That was one of my favorite shows. It
Right.
was fun.
Yeah.
I started watching that before I could even go in a bar, I think.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, you had an encounter with that, right?
So, yeah, I did. So, funny story. I was in Chicago, a few years back. I was part of the Model United Nations team at my kids' school. And we'd been there since Wednesday. It was now Saturday night. We'd been to see Wicked, and I was in the bar, and I'd ordered a sandwich because I had missed dinner. And so I was sitting there with another advisor, and I looked up, and here comes another advisor. We've been hanging out all week in the Palmer House Hilton in downtown Chicago, and in walks this guy. Of course, I know him because we've been together all week. And I looked up at him. I said, "Well, hey, how you doing?" And he goes, "Well, great. How are you?" And he stopped and talked for a minute, and then he moseyed on, and he went to the bar, and somebody took a beer stein and slid it down and they all yelled, "Norm!" And I went. He was not a Model UN advisor. It was. Why am I drawing a blank on his name right now? Norm.
Didn't he play the
Yeah, I had it.
ham in Toy Story?
Yes.
Didn't Norm? Yeah.
Yeah.
What was his
George
real name?
Wendt.
George Wendt.
George Wendt.
So it was George Wendt, and so
I've got
here
my
I thought he was.
cliff note.
Good job.
Nice.
So anyway, so I sort of met George Wendt, and so my
Wow.
my friend that I was with said, "You should go ahead and sign your playbill," because he was
Yeah.
in 12 Angry Men, and I said, "I have a Wicked playbill.
Yeah.
Go ask him to do that."
Yes.
Hey, so here's a deep cut trivia question for all the real Cheers heads out there.
Okay.
What was Norm's real name? It was not
Oh,
Norman.
it's a nickname.
That was his middle name.
Oh, I don't know if I know that.
I don't know. While you're thinking, so did you see that Pete?
Has someone been able to
Pete,
name them
Pete
all?
rocked it, man.
Yep, Pete
Norm,
did it. Yep. What are they? Norm?
Sam and Coach.
Yeah,
I don't remember a
Coach.
coach, huh?
So Coach was in the. I
And
did some
Woody.
research for tonight's episode, and he was the co-bartender with Sam early on, and after the 4th season, he died off scene, and they replaced him with
Woody Harrelson.
Woody. Yeah,
Oh.
Oh.
Your mom.
Now
your
was
mom got that
Woody?
one.
Was that his character name too?
it was Woody.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. And if you might remember a fun fact about Woody, he was Lutheran in the show.
Right?
Yes.
That's
I
oh my
remember
gosh. Yeah, your mom
Passion
said
Fruit Luther.
Woody Fraser Norm.
Yes, Frasier too.
And
who had the-
Martha's Norm, Cliff, and Diane. So-
yeah, Diane.
But
yeah.
every single one of them, the main one
Norm.
is Norm.
Yeah,
Norm.
everyone.
Everybody
the
knows
mailman?
Norm.
Cliff. Cliff
Cliff was
Clavin.
the
Cliff
mailman.
Clavin.
Yeah, Cliff Clavin.
I thought of Sam.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because of was it Ted Danson?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yep.
And then I think of Fraser's girlfriend. Who is it? Helen?
Lilith. No, his wife?
Yeah,
Lilith.
Lilith. Love that name. And I think of Shelley Long. Was she Diane?
No. Yes. She
Yes.
was Diane.
Yes.
And didn't Kirstie Alley come in later?
Kirstie Alley.
Kirstie
Isn't
Alley.
it Kirstie Alley?
Yep.
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 Yeah, and she was.
She was someone else too.
We have some incredibly smart people online.
Good,
I will say
because-
that they've gotten a few of those names.
Rebecca
Rebecca.
That's right.
Ah,
was Kirstie Alley.
Okay, so we got
Nice.
we got your first one.
Okay, next, name 3, and you can keep talking cheers if you want. I won't mind. We're gonna go down the Bible route.
Ah,
oh, this will be fun.
Name
Okay.
3 disciples.
Shadrach.
I thought about it. You could have done like popular, siblings in the Bible because
There you
there's
go.
lots of pairs of siblings, but mostly pairs, not threesomes. But Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they were brothers, right?
somebody.
think so.
Who is Rhea Perlman?
Oh, she was the wait. She
Pearl.
was the. Yeah.
Right? No, no. Perlman
She
was
was
their
the
last
waitress,
name.
but
Carla.
Oh
Carla.
my
Vicky.
gosh,
Man,
yes.
Vicky, we have experts
See,
in
Peter,
Yep.
great.
I love it.
All right, so 3 of the disciples:
Yeah.
Matthew, Mark, and Luke.
and John.
That's 3. I named 3, right? Of the disciples?
Yeah.
Well, the son of John, the son of Zebedee, Andrew,
Paul.
Paul, Simon, Garfunkel,
Peter, Paul,
Peter,
and
Paul, and
Mary.
John. Man, Peter, James, and
Judas.
John.
Yep. Judas.
I'd go with the confirmation answer. It's Jesus.
Yeah. Nope, he was not one of them.
Oh, Linda
Yeah.
got it. Okay, so we got. Oh yeah, Pete got Peter, Paul, and John.
Yep.
Linda's
Mary?
Peter, James, and John.
Yep.
And Mary.
Linda, I'm guessing it's not Job and.
So, not all Matthew, Mark, and Luke. Luke was definitely not one.
Luke was a doctor.
Yeah, there you go. A physician.
Yeah.
of sorts. Yeah, absolutely. So when we worked at Bible camp, I remember learning this song, and I wanted to go get the words to it, and I was like, I was like, I'll remember some of it. And so, because that's how one summer at Bible camp we sang that, and it went like, I'd be fishing with Simon, Peter, sons of thunder, James, and John. There'd be Philip, I forget. Anyway, Judas, there'd be 2. So I know there's 2 Judases, so that's a trick. There's a Bartholomew. What a name, Bartholomew. Philip and Andrew, and you can't forget Bartholomew. Anyway, so how do we do? We got more than 3.
We got more than 3. I think we survived that one.
Yeah,
If you'd asked 12, we would have been in trouble.
yeah. Because there's a couple Johns and there's a couple
Oh.
Judases. And,
Right.
I have to say, I didn't know
say
there was.
Peter, did we? But Pete and
Somebody said
Linda got
Pete
it.
got Peter?
Pete and Linda got
job,
Peter.
There must
How
be a
funny.
connection to that name.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there must be.
Well, I didn't
Yeah.
know there was 2 Judases, so I learned something.
There you go.
There you go.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Paying off, man.
Yeah, good. Okay, next.
Oh no.
And again, if you are still thinking of disciples, if we've missed some, by all means. Okay, this next one, we're going down into the American history books.
Okay.
Name 3 American presidents from the state of Virginia. Virginia is the state that claims more presidents than any other. Ohio is second from my research, but Virginia. Name some Virginian presidents.
Oh, I really want to hear from people on this one.
Yes.
Washington one?
Yes. I would think
I would say
Washington.
Washington.
The Hamilton musical can help you a little
I
bit.
know.
Oh no.
John Quincy Adams.
We have to look. All right, we need some help here. This one might be beyond us.
No.
Jefferson was, though, wasn't he?
Yes.
Thomas Jefferson. Yeah.
Because remember when Hamilton's getting
Yep.
after Washington
Yes.
about Jefferson this being Virginian,
Yep.
and he says, "Watch it, son. I'm a Virginian."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We need some scholars. Ooh,
Oh, here we
Adams.
go.
Adams.
Yeah.
Martha Hippie.
The Adams
Hippie.
administration.
Nice.
Here we go.
Good job.
Yeah, I don't know why I would know any of that, but
Who's the
Wait,
other-
no,
who's the other-
Adams
Well, it's because
isn't.
you haven't watched Hamilton.
Oh, Adams isn't?
Nope.
Martha,
Oh,
you
okay.
might
I
be
said
wrong.
John Quincy Adams, didn't I? Isn't that
Yep.
same guy?
No.
Okay.
All right. If you've got the correct answer,
Wait,
that one
who
you gotta
did
listen.
we say no to?
Adams.
Adams.
Not Adams. A
Jefferson,
different
Washington, and
James.
Adams was Martha's answer.
Yeah.
Two of them have the name James. There's your hint.
James Madison.
Monroe.
James
Monroe.
Monroe.
Ooh.
Okay.
See, hints help us.
Yeah. Hint.
One has the last name that's the same as Taylor's first name.
Oh, Zachary.
Yep.
I think I did probably a book report on him. You know why?
And
Because
He has a cool name. Yeah.
It's just, rock awesome name.
and let's see, who do we miss here? One's last name sounds like Taylor, only it's Tyler. That's a tough one. You guys know John Tyler? I couldn't tell you one thing about John Tyler.
I don't know that one. Madison?
Huh?
Linda says Madison.
Madison?
Yep, James
Yep.
There we
Madison.
go.
Okay.
Good job.
Man, you guys are smart. I love
I
this.
know. And
Or they're Googling at home.
yeah,
Right.
dual
what I'd be
devices.
doing.
I totally be
That's
doing
fine. William Henry Harrison.
Okay.
And I said John Tyler, who I don't know anything about, except for that he's from Virginia. And Zachary Taylor. And then the most modern one, then Woodrow Wilson. Not such a great guy, but anyway,
Okay.
those are the
I
ones
did
I know.
not know that.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. What's that, 7 or 8?
Quite a few.
Yeah.
But especially, I mean, granted, early colony, and a powerful state, so they racked up a lot in those early decades. Yeah, okay. Next,
Oh, man.
we're shifting gears. Are you ready?
Yep.
Name characters from the movie Space Jam.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Space Jam. You all
Should I give
remember
you-
Space Jam?
Got Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny shooting
the Martian.
basketball
Yes.
hoops.
The little Martian guy.
Yep, Marvin the Martian.
Marvin.
And Michael Jordan.
And you all keep them coming because they're
yeah.
missing a ton.
Daffy Duck.
Daffy Duck. Tasmanian Devil. I'm trying to think of the major key players there.
Because it's basically like all the Looney
All the
Tunes,
Yes, all
Tunes,
the
right?
Looney Tunes and
Most of the tunes.
yeah.
The question is, name 3 of the live action actors.
Who's the guy from Caddyshack? Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
Yeah,
Bill
put
Murray's
that one
in.
together.
He's Michael Jordan's buddy.
Yep.
Oh, Michael Jordan.
Larry
Oh, I just gave one away.
I said it earlier. You guys didn't hear.
Bird. Larry Bird.
Larry Bird is in it. There's one other main
Roadrunner.
basketball
Ooh,
player.
Roadrunner.
Paula
Yes.
Tigerman.
Yeah, she's one of my Egan women of note.
Awesome.
Yay. Roadrunner's my favorite.
Who else can you think of? Basketball player. There's one more. At least one more.
Wilt
basketball
Chamberlain.
player. No, think
Pippen.
so.
Scottie Pippen. And what's
I
the
don't
short
think
guy?
so.
Oh, Charles
Pippen in
Barkley
it?
has to have
Barkley,
been
yeah.
in it.
Barkley,
That's
he's in it.
Oh,
yep.
yeah, he would have been
Who's the
perfect
short
in it.
guy?
Spuds McKenzie?
Karen,
Wait, that's the dog. Who am I? The other? Who's the Spud? There's a Spud.
Spud Webb.
Spud Webb.
Oh
that's,
my gosh.
I like Karen's attitude.
Nine-
She says no clue.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Karen.
90s.
Thanks for keeping us honest.
Oh my gosh.
She's another Egan woman of note. She's
Taylor's-
watching from Florida, I think,
That's awesome.
or Arizona. Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to see if there are any other basketball. Oh, and so
Oops.
there's also
Whatever.
Stan Polidolak. That's Wayne Knight's character. You know Wayne Knight? Newman from Seinfeld.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
He's the guy who tries to steal the dinosaur DNA in
Oh,
Jurassic
yeah,
Park.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Larry.
I feel like I love
Oh, Taylor! Muggsy Bogues is the short guy who's in the movie.
yes. Okay. I bet there's
was
a
a
joke
good
with
pull.
Bugs Bunny and him. Their names.
There maybe is.
this.
What's Bugs Bunny's girlfriend's name in that?
Babs.
Is it Babs?
Babs Bunny.
Babs Bunny. Gosh, I don't remember that.
I think I need to watch this movie.
It was fun.
A fun little thing. Have you guys ever seen the original Space Jam website? Still exists on the internet from when that movie came out in
What?
the 90s.
Ooh, fun.
And so if you have an extra device that you're out, you Google Space Jam website. It's awesome. It'll remind you of what websites looked like in the 90s. It's so good. It's so good.
Bordering on MySpace here.
Oh, this is pre-MySpace.
That's pre-MySpace.
even.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
way
yeah.
before MySpace even. Like, it's early.
That is funny.
That's early web because I don't even
I'll have
know
to
what
look
year
at
it
that.
was. Yeah, I can't screen share on here to show it, but okay. Should we shift gears to one more
Yep.
here?
More.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Last
Thank
but
you, everybody, for your help.
yeah, you
Yes.
guys are doing really good. Okay, last but not least, name. Well, maybe I have a few more. Anyway, no. Name 3 bands or musicians who performed at Woodstock.
Oh my gosh.
1969.
Jimi Hendrix.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know that one.
There's one.
CCR.
Can you all get some?
I hope you guys can help on this one. That's before me.
Did Janis Joplin perform? She had to have. I did a concert with the Egan Women of Note about it's for celebration of Woodstock.
Yeah, because last year's 50 years. Yeah. it was-
69, so
Yeah.
2019, yeah.
Yep.
Gosh, now I got to think about it. I just have that image in my head of the whole field, Woodstock.
Peter, Paul, and Mary did, actually. Right? That would have been
Gosh,
start
did
of the
they?
60s.
I don't know that they did. I don't see them on my list right here.
This would be my dad would know this.
Someone chime in if you
Yes.
if I'm
We
Oh my
wrong
gosh,
about
I
that.
know you guys
Yeah.
know this. Why can't like it's all they were all just several names.
So what songs did
Yes,
you guys?
Crosby, Stills, and
So we
Nash.
got a
Crosby,
bunch
Stills, and
here.
Nash,
Yeah.
yep.
The Fish. Joplin, Hendrix.
Because we did it was an anniversaries concert, and we did a section that was because Janis Joplin sang "Summertime," her version of "Summertime."
Okay.
And what else did we? Oh, I can't believe it that I'm not remembering this.
I would know these if you hadn't asked me when we have to think of it right now.
Yeah, right.
on the spot,
the pressure. The pressure.
That's interesting, too. Paula says Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. When
Well,
did
yeah.
they drop Young?
Oh yeah, that's what I remember.
Around that time, right? I
Man,
learned history. I love the history.
Yeah. See, my list might not be. Oh, I know it's not the complete list, but it's just the top one.
Sure.
Well, and there's
Joe
names
Cocker?
like, oh yes,
Yep.
Cocker, yeah, and there's names through that whole set list. All of the names, like, you know more by their songs rather than their names. It's
Yeah.
just such an interesting list. And who went? Like, you expect all these rockers to go, but there are a bunch of folk singers, and
Yeah.
it was just an interesting history.
But I mean, it is wild. Like, like when I look through the list here, it really is something to look and be like, okay, no kidding, man. Like,
Sure.
there's some real sleepers in here that I wouldn't have thought of because I mean, it really was a crazy lineup.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting, too, how many of them became famous post Woodstock. Like,
Yeah.
Blew
Sure.
up famous.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rod Stewart is another one we hear.
So I'll go through my list and we'll see which ones
Okay.
I've missed. So CCR, they got a mention. I saw CCR at the Minot, North Dakota State Fair in Minot.
Hey.
Only it was Creedence Clearwater Revisited because there's only like two
Oh, sure.
left. But
There's a bathroom on the right.
but they were awesome. There we go. Santana. Did we mention? anyone
Yes,
mention
Santana was in it.
No.
Yes.
Yep.
Grateful Dead.
Came
Yes.
in now from Phyllis Lurkey.
Country
What's
Joe
that?
and the
From
Fish.
Phyllis Lurkey.
Okay,
Grateful
nice.
Dead.
Yeah.
Phyllis.
I don't know. Was Rod Stewart there?
He's not on my list here. I don't think.
Doesn't sound right. Could have been.
The Who.
Oh.
Jefferson Airplane.
Oh my gosh.
We mentioned Hendrix. The Band. Sly and the Family Stone.
The band was wasn't that Bob Dylan and a bunch of his other buddies? It was called The Band, wasn't it? And it was many different famous other single musicians, soul musicians. Huh.
Those of you that are online, you should tell us if these are some of your favorite artists or songs, because I'd love to know what type
yeah.
of your music taste it was.
Joan Baez. Someone mentioned
Oh my
her
gosh,
yet?
Joan Baez. That's right.
Canned
We did. We
Heat,
Shall
Joe
Overcome.
Cocker, Richie Havens. 10 Years After. Country Joe and the Fish.
Yep.
Some
you
of
got
these I
that
don't
one.
know. Mountain. Arlo Guthrie.
That's who. That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking
the-
of.
Sure. Sha-na-na. Sha-na-na. Just too funny.
Context would help sometimes.
John Sebastian. Melanie.
Yes, I got a brand new pair of roller skates. Isn't that Melanie?
Okay.
I
Brand
know
new
the
key.
song. I don't know her.
You talk. Oh, you do.
I
Right,
know
yeah,
the
yeah,
song,
yeah.
yeah.
See,
Brand
that brings back memories because so in the first few seasons of American Idol, there was this woman, Catherine McPhee, and I fell in love with her. I'm still in love with her. She's my girlfriend. And so I purchased one of her albums, and she did a lot of throwback songs, and Brand New Key was one of it. And that's where I heard the song itself. Then I realized, oh wait, it's a remake.
Yeah.
And it is just the cutest song. Yeah, love it.
Nice. Well, the others on my list here: Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Oh yeah.
Ravi Shankar. Shankar?
Oh yeah,
Shankar.
Shankar.
he's a sitar player,
Yep.
and isn't his daughter Norris? Come on, what's her name?
Oh, Paula said Rod Stewart was not at Woodstock. He was supposed to perform with Jeff Beck, but did not.
Oh,
Okay, see, there we go.
This Paul.
Last but not least, I got Quill and Sweetwater.
There you
So
go.
those two. To round it out. So,
I love the fact that we're bringing these up and everybody has a connection to something. Like,
yeah.
I remember CCR with my dad in the car. Like,
Yep,
there's
same
that.
here. Same
Just
here.
as like, oh yeah, that's a fantastic memory of my childhood.
Yep.
How do we know Arlo Guthrie? What did he write? I know that name.
Right.
Alice's Restaurant.
Oh,
Oh, sure.
Coming into Los Angeles, walking down the line. Amazing Grace. I don't know what I'm reading here.
it may have been
He's just
amazing.
getting
I
lost
don't
in
know.
the letters.
Okay, focus. We have to
Okay,
focus.
this is not even a full website that I'm reading. It's like Cliff Notes. I don't know what I'm looking at. Anyway, this has been name 3.
Yes.
There you go.
Oh, well
Great job.
played. Thinking about names, and so what we wanted to think about next, though, was thinking about our own names, and especially, and then also if you have kids, if you've named people in your life, what those people's names, how you came to those names too. So, would love for you to share what your name means, as well as if you named your kids, or if you're named after someone, or you named kids after someone, or because of a meaning. Share some of those things, because that's where we're gonna share some of ours too. So
Yeah.
I'm Nathan, which means gift in Hebrew. Pretty
Wow.
appropriate, isn't it?
There you
Yep.
go.
Yep.
And so,
Head got really big. there.
yeah. Oh, let me zoom out so we can make sure
Yeah.
I stay in the frame here. So it's Hebrew. It means gift, and Nathaniel means gift of God, because El is God. So it's I'm just gift. I'm just a gift. The gift.
You
know?
are a
I know, right? And so what's interesting, though, so the Teddy, Theodore, he's named after my grandpa, Ted, but Theodore also means gift of God. It's the Greek version of the
Interesting.
Hebrew. So kind of have similar names.
yeah.
There was one evening this summer, one Friday night, that I grilled a bunch of hot dogs, skin on wieners from my brother's meat market up north, and I'm just so proud of those things because I love them. Anyway, so we were finishing up eating these hot dogs, and we were all just like hanging out. And walks our neighbor, one of our neighbors, and I said, "Do you want a hot dog?" She said yes, so I gave her a hot dog. And then again, someone walks by, someone else walks by. I say, "Do you want a hot dog?" And she said yes. And I said, "What's your name?" And she said, "Gift."
Oh,
I said, "That is the coolest name, Gift." That's my story. I knew you guys were waiting.
I was waiting for the
where this is
punchline.
going.
Your point is over here.
Yes.
Okay, well, wow.
Gift.
gift.
That's awesome.
I would have
Like
never
me.
thought about that. Yeah, like
Her
you.
parents must have been at Woodstock.
There you go.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
My name means tailor,
Like the sewing.
like
kind?
the sewing kind.
Right.
Tailor.
Is that English?
Yes, I think that's English. And my middle name is Curtis, and that's my grandfather's, on my dad's side, name, Taylor Curtis. So,
My name is God's Oath. So either his swear, maybe that's. Sorry,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just had to look that up though. I wasn't named after anybody. They just liked it. I asked them once. I thought there'd be a story.
Sure.
I was very sad there was no story.
Yeah.
oh,
My name is Jeremy, or the Jeremiah is God will lift up, which I think seems to be fitting at this season of my life.
yeah.
We have a lot of God over on this side of
Wait,
the
is
table.
your, yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Taylor's
me.
just stitching
Taylor's
away.
Is your full name Jeremiah?
Jeremy. Keep
Okay.
it short, sweet. But yeah, we named Weston because Ellie's a teacher, and so having a classroom full of children, she went, okay, we can't name the child that, or that kid was
Yeah.
really terrible.
Uh-huh.
So we settled on Weston for him, and then Clayton is actually named after Ellie's grandfather's brother who died in World War II, who basically help save a bomber by taking the enemies away. And so it's kind of a cool story for us to connect to, too.
Yeah.
So there's some history there.
That's cool. That is cool. I grew up with a girl named Kirsten, and I always loved that name, and she moved away sometime in grade school. But I don't like, it's not that I don't like the name Kirsten, but if I name my daughter Kirsten, I want them to pronounce it that way. So I spelled it the Swedish way, which is Kjerstin.
I love that.
And I can't tell you how many people go, what's Kjerstin?
Kjerstin.
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 Kjerstin. So,
I love
Yes.
Marge just commented, thank you for sharing. She said, when my mom went into labor with me, she was reading a book by Marjorie something, so here I am.
Cool.
that.
No, that's great.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Linda said something about, Linda's often said to mean beautiful or pretty, but also means cute. My middle name is Jean. God is gracious. See more.
Well, yeah, push
Great
that.
source of hope to keep me happy and joyful.
Seymour.
Martha, after my great-grandmother Polly. Polly is Martha's daughter. I know Polly. She's a friend of mine.
Oh, yeah.
After Martha's mom, and Sarah after Martha's mom's sister. That's cool.
Oh,
that
yeah.
is
All
cool.
in the family.
Ooh, I love Phyllis's.
Yeah.
Leafy foliage in Greek. Oh, I like that.
It is, yeah.
However, it says Phyllis was changed to an almond tree after her death and bore no leaves until her lover returned. I did not know that. So
Wow.
thank you for that
Oh.
bit of
Well,
wisdom.
there we.
We'll stop at leafy foliage in Greek.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's, the beauty of welcome and naming is simply being connected to something, right?
Yeah.
I think our names are the things that hold us to a place or hold us to people. And having that ability to just draw us in. I used to be really good at names, and that's kind of slowly faded away, but I've learned that the best thing I can do is remember who someone is by their name.
Sure.
And just that simple connection.
Well, it's a way of making someone feel welcome, right?
Right.
If you can remember a name, that goes a long, long ways.
My dad was really good at that. I think I'm still pretty good at it too. I learned from him. So I told you about my brother's hot dogs and up in Evansville.
Oh, yes. You told us a whole
Yes,
story about
a whole story. There's a point. So no, my dad owned the meat market back before Blake bought it, and when we would work with him, I always noticed that when a customer walked in, they really weren't a customer. They were like a community member. They were a friend. He would always call them by name. He would always use their names. And I got that from him, and I try to do that as well because, I don't know, naming is so good, to let someone know, rather than being called for here to go when you walk into establishment. Having someone call your name is great, and it means a lot. It really does,
Oh, yeah.
There's a great Romans 15, 7-9. It's the abbreviated part of our text. We're going to read the Message version, but I love this sort of beginning of this text. So reach out and welcome one another to God's glory. Reach out and welcome to God's glory. Jesus did it. Now you do it. Jesus, staying true to God's purposes, reached out in a special way to the Jewish insiders so that the old ancestral promises would come true for them. So think Old Testament. As a result, the non-Jewish outsiders have been able to experience mercy and show appreciation to God. Just think of all the scriptures that will come true in what we do. So that sense of welcome is coming to life, bringing true what God has done.
Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah, I think that outsiders becoming insiders is just a powerful welcome thing. And yeah, and being known makes that so, like if you've been to the meat market once and you come back and your dad remembers their name, they're not an outsider anymore. Otherwise, they wouldn't be known. Once we're known, man, that's a powerful thing.
Right.
Yeah.
What would a community look like if everybody just welcomed one another? Feels like that's totally not where we're living currently.
Yeah.
But I think that's this dream of how people interact.
We sound a little nostalgic for that
I know.
too. I
Oh,
think we're really,
we are, I
really
think.
missing that connection.
Right.
I wonder what it'll be like when we can be back together again and call each other by name and try to remember everybody's names.
Yeah, you
I
have
can't
that
wait.
challenge ahead of
Well,
you
yeah,
anyway.
well, yes.
Yeah. I think that's that sense of moving from an outsider to insider is dreaming of ways that we can welcome. And I always think it's kind of interesting, like our drive-in services are this uniqueness because everybody's in your car, but everybody's waving and smiling, and it's like a celebration in their own car.
Yeah.
And I think that sense of welcome is just joyful. I love that feeling.
Yeah.
And I think that carries over into how we interact with people now.
Yeah.
Paula shared a story on here I want to share with you. She talks about, as a professor, memorizing all of her students' names. And one of her saddest moments as a professor, she had a student who at the end of the semester told me that one of his professors still did not know his name. And boy, it's so important that we know each other. And because that's hurtful.
Yeah.
So thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, it's an in to being known. We want to be known.
Yeah.
You know, it's also, it gets us out of the shadows so we can be kind of in the light.
Well, we kind of started this conversation about naming and the game with Cheers, and Taylor did us a solid and learned a song for us here that I think you will all recognize.
I bet you'll know it within the first 10 notes.
Yeah, judging by how well trivia went earlier for this round, I think that'll be familiar. And one of the things we're gonna, if you still have name stories to share, by all means share those. The other thing as we get to the end that we're going to be sharing is the best part of our week. This is something that if you were here last week, you know we totally stole from Sam Sanders, the NPR podcast. He has this It's Been a Minute podcast where he encourages his listeners to call in and share the best part of their week. Encourages them to brag, and they do. And so that's what we want to do too, is invite you to share the best parts of your week. And so be thinking about that, or you can start typing, sharing those things while Taylor takes it away with a song. And is it okay if people sing along at home?
Absolutely.
Lovely.
It goes do 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 do.
No.
It goes like this. Oh, let's try it a little bit higher.
Can you name it yet?
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Wrong key. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You want to be where you can see troubles are all the same. You want to go where everybody knows your name. All those nights when you got no light, the check is in the mail, and your little angel hung the cat up by its tail. Did you know those lyrics?
Nope.
And your third fiance didn't show. Yeah. Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You want to be where you can be. See, troubles are all the same. You want to go where everybody knows your name. You want to go where people know people are all the same. You want to go where everybody knows your name.
Very nice resolution
Beautiful.
for us. But I mean, there is something to that, isn't it? Going somewhere where everybody knows your name.
Can I share Marlis Gilbertson shared a quote?
Yeah.
Or, I don't know if it's a quote, but it's her line, and it's awesome. I think calling it one by their name is so important. Our name is music to our ears when someone calls to us.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, when I think of that now, like we have a baby at our house, and the word that we say to him probably the most is his name. And that's probably the case for all of us. So that, you know, as long as we have been around, that's the word we've heard so often, you know, and in love, right? You know, like a word spoken in love.
But when they use the middle name, you're usually
Well, then
in trouble.
you're in trouble. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Becomes very dissonant music.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's such good stuff. Well, we're going to talk more about welcome on Sunday too. So we hope that you'll tune in on Sunday. It's online church, so Sunday 9:30 will be online, Facebook Live. But yeah, we want to close with the best part of our weeks. So hopefully you've had a chance to think about it a little bit. We'd love for you to share some of the best parts of your week. This could be something big and grand or something pretty normal, but just felt special this week. It'd be great to share. So anyone want to go first?
Yeah, we're distance learning at home, and today I think was our most successful day. Weston kind of got it, and he jumped in and did his thing, and I was like, as a dad, super proud of him. So that was a big deal for us.
That's great. We are at our first online rehearsal with the Egan Women of Note, and that was awesome. That was so fun. It felt normal and
Yeah, your friend Paula said that was her favorite
Yeah,
part
I
of the
said
week
that
too.
Paula.
Yeah.
My best part of the week was yesterday morning. I returned to the great sport of golf after about a 12 to 15 year hiatus. And I am happy to report that I stink just as much now as I
Okay.
did then, but no worse.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, well, there you go.
I still hit the ball pretty straight. I never lose it because I don't hit it very far.
There you go. That's good.
And I'm feeling it today.
Yeah. Oh man, I think the best part of my week is not a real, big and huge thing, but so there are some days this fall where I'm at home with Ben alone, our baby, and those, because Annie's at school, the other boys are at school, and some days those are really fun days, and sometimes it's a little chaotic. And there was a time. Was this today? Oh, days blur together these days, don't they? Especially, I think this was today actually. And he was just kind of fussing, and he had fussed some earlier this week. It was kind of annoying, but this time he was just kind of fussing. But I could just tell he was tired. Like he was just tired and needed to go to sleep, and just wouldn't. And so I also have some stuff I need to get done. And so I'm like, go to sleep, rockabye, go to sleep. And finally I was just like, I'm only going to have this little baby for so long. Like, everything can wait. I'm just going to go to the boys' room in the rocking chair and just rock him. And I did. And it took him a long time to go to sleep. But he finally did. And, I think there was just something about that unplugging and just accepting where I was in life, which is not a bad place, but actually just enjoying that moment for what it was, instead of the things I thought I needed to get done and really wanted to get done and still will get done. It just wasn't going to happen this morning. And so, yeah, I think that was I think anytime we can unplug like that and focus on, being in the now is so good.
Yeah. Phyllis says the best part of her week was fixing her car cost $700 instead of a couple thousand. We'll
Yes.
celebrate that with you too.
Yeah,
That is great.
man.
And Danny Boy from Taylor today. If you
Oh,
missed
Taylor.
Thursdays
Yeah.
with Taylor, check that out.
Yes, that was so good.
Yeah.
Anytime Taylor's singing, it's a good time. Yeah.
Especially about your third fiance not showing up.
Bummer.
Yeah. Hanging
Ardell.
a cat by the tail.
Ardell said that the best part of her week was yesterday when Taylor did a hymn sing at Riverview Landing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Taylor, you want to tell us a little bit about
Yeah,
this? I
what's
haven't even heard about this from Amy. I knew it was happening. And
Yeah, no.
what did it look like in the end?
So just throughout the summer, someone had expressed that I do a beer and hymns over at Riverview Landing, and
Say what Riverview Landing is.
Riverview Landing is a senior residence here in the Elk River area. It's in Otsego. It's through our Guardian Angels nursing home network. It's kind of a big
Care
deal
system.
here.
Yeah.
Care system. And so this summer, someone had asked me to do a beer and hymns event there. Beer and hymns didn't turn out, but I still kind of thought, well, why don't we just bring some hymns and do a hymn sing with these residences? Because a lot of the senior residences you are so isolated, and I think anytime that we can get out and give you some music, if that's what you can give, is a great thing. So I called Jody, their activities director, or emailed her and set up a time. I went there yesterday at 2 p.m. and in the back, so the whole facility is like a U shape, and the U kind of faces the river, and so I was I was right in the middle of that U, and there were people on on their balconies and on the patio on 2 levels. It was just such a neat experience, and everyone seemed to appreciate it, and it was a great evening. It was beautiful that day too, breezy and sunny, and it turned out really nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's what I did yesterday.
No, that's awesome. So good. Yeah, I think what I love about this best part of your week thing is, there's plenty of bad stuff going on in the world, right? And it's not to just ignore that or pretend it's not happening. It's real. That's life. But I think when we can reframe things a little bit and celebrate the good, it's great. And so that's where it's always nice to share your own, but isn't it so fun to see other people's? And so that's where I encourage you still, if you want to share one, would love to see them, because it really is uplifting to see and celebrate with people. It's a feel good feeling, and this is a time where we need some feel goods, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Hearing Jeremy is our intern pastor.
You are somebody's best part of the week.
There you go.
New title. Yeah.
And Linda said amen to that. So
Yeah.
Intern pastor of Congregational Care and Discipleship.
Don't make it
Let's make it really long.
Yeah.
I forget it before. I'll forget it now. Well,
Good.
blessings, and thank you. It's so good to see your comments and voices here. I love that you share, and so thank you for your willingness to do that.
Yeah. And so we're going to let Taylor play us off with a little more
do it.
cheers. Can you? That'd be so good.
Sure.
And so again, thanks for being here this week. We'll be back with Sacred Wit next week, 7 o'clock on Thursday night, but also Sunday morning. Hope to see you there online.
We'll
So
welcome you on Sunday
we
morning.
will welcome you.
that's what we do.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You want to be where you can see your troubles are all the same. You want to be where everybody knows your name. You want to go where people know people are all the same. You want to go where everybody knows your name.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.